Beautiful Northumberland, made all the more brighter by these seas of yellow fields, and they're made up of rapeseed, and it's the tiny little black seeds inside them that make rapeseed oil, which has become so in demand that farmers are having to grow more of it to meet that demand. And that's because sunflower oil is basically impossible to get now. If you can get it, it's marked up by 1,000%. It's unrealistic for people. So rapeseed oil has become a viable alternative. That's because Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine are responsible for about 80% of the world's sunflower oil. So that's why it's so hard to get. Now, joining me now is Karen Park, who is a local farmer in Northumberland, who is growing more rapeseed. Now, you'd think that would be a good thing, but it's not quite as simple as that, is it?
Well, that's right, Rachel. My husband grows the rapeseed and I press it and bottle it, I filter it and sell it. So it's the demand has been great. Our sales of rapeseed oil in April were the highest that they've ever been. We've had queries from large manufacturers who can't get sunflower oil, who are wanting to use cold pressed rapeseed oil in their commercial food processing businesses. And if I was scaled up enough, I would be able to meet demand, but unfortunately I'm just a really small artisan seller. So yes, it's great that more people are using cold pressed rapeseed oil, and hopefully even after the world hopefully returns to normal, people will still use it because it's a really healthy oil. So yeah, farmers are facing a difficult time because the price of rapeseed oil has absolutely rocketed. When I started pressing rapeseed oil 2 years ago, I was buying the rape at £330 a tonne. It's nearly 800 now. So when you're running a small business and your main input cost goes up by 120%, it involves quite a lot of late nights in front of an Excel spreadsheet wondering how we're going to make this business work. So costs have just rocketed. Unfortunately, I've already had to put the price of my oil up once, and it looks like I'm going to have to do that again. So it's not all good news.
I'll just bring Bruce Jobson into this conversation, agricultural journalist. Bruce, can you give us an overview of the farming industry at the moment? Because we've talked extensively about the struggles that farmers in the UK face.
Well, it's been continuing, as you know. You and I have been doing this for about 6-7 months, going around farms, visiting people in Northumberland, and it's across the board. It all started with the rise in gas and oil prices. But this is something different. It's basically, as just Karen said here, that you cannot get sunflower oil, and this is going to be a big problem going forward. The same with Ukraine being the fourth largest potato producer. You're not going to get the product out of the country because of the port infrastructures and the railheads all being destroyed. And this is going to be a big problem. So farmers are going to be selling more oilseed rape, with there's about 600,000 to 700,000 hectares grown per year in the UK. That will probably increase because of the price. Now, Karen just mentioned last year 320. Now, it's actually on Friday night. I checked the figures. The futures is £874. So from a farming point of view, yeah, farmers will get that extra return. But as I say, the input costs are great. Fertilizer's gone up 100%, possibly more, because we cannot get the fertilizer out of the country. So the likes of Karen, who are producing their own product here, sea banks, because of the sea behind us here, the wonderful sea and the flowers here, people are going to be using more of this product, and it'll be in huge demand. So, from a farming point of view, farmers are going to get more money, but the costs are going to be increasing.
Karen, I must ask you, is there a limit, because some people believe there is, on how much rapeseed a farmer can grow?
Well, you're right, Rachel. This field that we are in, we last grew it in here 7 years ago. So you have to, for soil health and for your plant health, you have to practice good farm management, so crop rotation. So we couldn't just decide, next year just to, cover the whole farm in rapeseed. It doesn't quite work like that. So no, it's just part of our crop rotation.
Thank you both very much. Now, we also have a cake here. You're not the only people who've got cake this morning. We're going to have a slice made from this lovely rapeseed oil, and we'll join you later.